In a speech at the Turning Point Action Convention in Detroit on Saturday night, former President Donald Trump once again questioned President Joe Biden's mental acuity, suggesting that Biden should take a cognitive test. However, in the next breath, Trump confused the name of the doctor who administered the test to him during his presidency.
Joe Biden has no plan. He's got absolutely no plan. He doesn't even know what the word inflation means. I don't think if you gave him a quiz, I think he should take a cognitive test like I did. I took a cognitive test and I aced it. Doc Ronny Johnson, does everyone know Ronny Johnson, congressman from Texas? He was the White House doctor. And he said I was the healthiest president he feels in history. So I liked him very much immediately. In fact, he said if I didn't eat junk food, I would live to 200. That's what he said. But I said, Ronnie, should I take a test? He said, well, you know, it's Walter Reed. It's sort of a public hospital. If you don't do well, they're going to find out about it. I said, well, you know, like I'm a smart person. How tough is it? He said, it gets very tough as you get to the middle of it. And I did something that he's never seen done. I aced it. I got every question right. I aced it.
That wasn't the only concerning part of Trump's speech. He rambled often and couldn't stay on any topic without getting distracted.
And in particular, and remember this. Oh, wait a minute. Mike Lindell, please stand up, okay? And he said, sir. He couldn't breathe. I said, are you okay in that beautiful suit? His suit was getting very damp. I said, are you okay? He goes, oh, and by the way, I have to tell you, I had a great word that I was going to use, but it's a curse word. And I was told by a great evangelical preacher just this week, sir, you tell the greatest stories, you're the greatest everything, but sir, please don't use foul language. And I said, sometimes you need foul language to tell a great story because there's no words like this. He said, sir, you don't. So I was going to use a really terrible word, but it's over in an instant. But the truth is, I think it does look worse. Look at all the media back there. I think it does look worse on television than it sounds in a room. So did you notice I had a blank space right there? I said, here's what you do. You go and tell me. He said, sir, may I take 5 minutes? I'd like to make a phone call back to Mexico. I said, absolutely. Say hello to the president, please. So we can't let these people destroy our country like this. I mean, they're going crazy. Today you read where they don't want to have any water in your dishwasher. So your dishwasher won't work. And they think that's good. So what you do is you keep having it go on and on and on. The electric bill is 10 times more than the water. And these are areas that have so much water, they don't know what to do with it. They're flooding. They're floodplains. They have so much water in many cases. No, we can't do that. You know, I ended that. I went to, in Ohio, a great company was going out of business because of dishwashers. They wouldn't give the water. You couldn't sell the product. And South Korea and China were dumping dishwashers in here for half the cost. They weren't as good. Whirlpool, but half the cost, they weren't as good. And I went and I saved it. I put a 50% and 100% tariff on all of these dumped machines. And I saved that company. And then I said to the head of the company, who was great actually, called me, said, we don't know what to do. You can't, I mean, they're dumping this stuff. They can't be, you know, they're losing a fortune. But it didn't matter because their governments were paying for it. He said, I don't know what to do. I said, it's okay. So I solved the one problem. They're not dumping. What's your next problem? They don't allow us to use water. We need more water. You can't wash dishes unless you have a certain amount of water. I said, how much do you need? We need just a little bit more. He said, I'll give you a lot more. I gave him a lot more. Now they want to end it again. You ever go into a new home where you have a shower where the water doesn't come out of the shower head? They put a restrictor on. I took all the restrictors off. I took them off. I've had the experience. I take a shower. I want that beautiful head of hair to be nice and wet. Lather. I want it to be lathered beautifully. And I get this best stuff you can buy and I dump it all over. And then I turn on the water and the damn water drips out. Takes me I can't get this stuff out of my hair. It's a horrible thing. No, it's terrible. Oh, you turn on the sink and the faucet. You turn it and no water, practically no water comes. So you leave your hands under there. You're trying to get the water. Well, I revoked all of that stuff, and they just put it back on. Isn't that terrible? And these are areas that have a lot of water where they don't know what to do with it. It goes out to sea.